Hey wizards, guess what? It is Kieran Trollcaller. I'm back for another episode of the Myth Walkthrough. Wow, look at those epic deer mice warrior statues here in front of Bastion. Absolutely awesome. I'll tell you what, I'm seeing so much more in this world than I usually ever do. Guys, take a stop and look through the worlds when you go through them. I don't think that you will be disappointed. Well, anyways, we are back today and we have got some working to do. We've got some mobs to take down. We got some bosses to stop, and we've got to work our way through the Tyrian Gorge. Yeah. So first off, let's go do a quick checkup, see which quest we are on. And right now, guys, we are on Crack in the Mask. Yes, Crack in the Mask. Okay, Crack in the Mask is quest number 55. Okay, and guys, we got a goal. I'd like to make 10 quests today. Let's try to get to about 66. I think we can do it. I already have my deck ready to go. In fact, I've been kind of busy, guys. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got a new badge, Grandmaster Monstrologist, because I've been trying to think of some other strategies that really might help us out. And so what I did is I spent some time, and I now have some brand new treasure cards. I've got some Crazed Thunderhorns and some Royal Guard to help us out in our fights, and I'm going to start showing you how we can use these possibly to help us out in our fights. Okay, so let's get going because we need to go ahead and talk to somebody down here.
Overlooked ledge, but no easy way to reach it. Perhaps this cave will lead you up there.
Okay, so yep, we have to go this way. Oh, cave. Well, let's go through the cave then. Right? I thought we were going down a ladder. Well, hey, you know, it's great. It's great. Guys, I hope you're enjoying all the extra episodes that we're getting done. I just sat back and I said, hey, you know what? I really like Chrysalis, but man, it's long.
Occupied.
I don't know who you are, but please help me before these ground hornets sting me to death.
Okay, let's go help Sidra. Very, very good. Well, anyways, like I said, guys, I wanted to be able to get through Chrysalis before Christmas, so we're going to do questing as often as we can, almost every day if it comes down to it. Because, let's just be honest, I want to go ahead and I want to enjoy myself, have some fun, and knock it out. Now, again, since it's about twice the size of any other world, it's going to take twice as many episodes to get through it, and so that's what we're doing. We're going to be working through it. Now, I have adjusted my deck a little bit for some mob fighting, and we really don't even have a boss until we get much farther in. So if we get there, we'll stop and we'll rework our deck for the next boss. But for right now, we have a deck set up for us to do a couple things. To collect Monstrology, oh yeah, from all the bugs, and that's what we've been doing. And we're going to keep doing that, guys, because I think, one opportunity for us as a myth, definitely, being able to use the spells the way we've been using them has been good, but we've been trying to power through things like a heavy hitter. And myth is a heavy hitting class, and you can get away with that type of strategy. But, I think we really need to get a little bit more creative, especially in some of the tougher boss fights. So that's why I've been working my Monstrology. I've been creating treasure cards of some really good mobs. And we're going to keep doing that, guys, and we're going to talk more about that as we start working through the rest of Chrysalis, because I'm bound and determined, to do as much of Chrysalis as solo as I can. We got some tough fights coming up, some bosses with some pretty good sheets, and we're going to find a way through them. Oh yeah, we're going to find some ways through them. So let's go ahead and first start off with this. Whew, boy, that was a lot to say. Very good, very good. Now let's see here. Ooh, we might have 4 fights to work through here. We'll see how this works out. Very good. Okay, it looks like we saved Sidra. And
I wasn't expecting someone like you, but I'm grateful for your help. I was sheltering here, waiting to meet an ally from Queen Myrtletown, when these ground hornets decided to move into this cave. Now that you've driven the ground hornets away, we can leave this place.
Great. Well, she's the one I came here to meet. So let's talk to Sidra, and she's going to tell us what we need to focus on up here, okay? So, yeah, now we get to go down the ladder. Woo. Hey, there's Sidra right there. Okay, let's talk.
Now, what is your story?
Okay, here's my story.
Sabra was worried? That's my big sister, but I can take care of myself. Though I could use a little help. Your timing is excellent. The patrols are so fierce, I have not been able to finish surveying the region. Can you scout the mine, the Dragonfly stables, and the 100-legger patrols? I'd like your insight.
Sure, sounds good to me. So, for the next 10 quests, there's quite a few mob fights. So we're going to work through each one of these, and I don't think we'll have any trouble.
The Arachna are hard at work, digging out huge boulders and breaking them down for the volatile liquid metal trapped inside. The equipment looks fragile, though. A well-placed spell or hard-hitting strike might set them back.
Wow, using those digger machines, aren't they? Very, very good. Okay, let's talk to Sidra. Oops, we still got a scout. Okay, to the Dragonfly, whatever. Hopefully, yeah, good. These are the places where you can get, like, pulled pretty easy. So, ooh, these are cool, guys. Check it out.
Leggers patrol this area aggressively, making sure no rebels disrupt their operation. But you're pretty sure you could take them.
Definitely could take them. Okay, Dragonfly mounts are pretty cool, you know. And guys, take a look. This place is so cool. If you look up, you know, you've got all sorts of things all the way around. We're going to keep our eyes open. But yeah, the Dragonfly mount's pretty neat, I think. I don't know. I like them. I like them. By the way, we are 100% caught up on side quests for this area, so let's keep it going.
Good. You are seeing the same things I am. We need to disrupt their operations as best we can. Can you break some of their mining equipment?
Sounds good to me. Let's go and start taking them down. Now, there's something I haven't talked about. I haven't talked about the whole goal behind this walkthrough for quite a while, so let me just go through it again. I started this new account brand new just for this wizard. So, for instance, I don't have any extra gold on this account. The only crowns I put on this account was to get a mount early on because I think that's the only thing that I didn't want to live without starting Brad over. But all the gold, all the gear, everything is fresh, and all of it, because I didn't get any gear through packs or anything like that. All the gear I'm using is all quested gear, all gear that I got while questing, okay? And that's the goal for that, you know, is to keep it crown free except for the mounts. I'll be honest with you, I needed mounts, so you know what? I went ahead and got some mounts. I went ahead and got a couple mounts, but other than that, everything is just straight up, and I just want to make sure you guys knew about that, okay? Here's Sidra.
Well done. That will set them back a bit. I have a wicked little plan, but we will need a few handfuls of lightning bugs to pull it off. Sneak over to the lightning bug houses and gather some while I work out the details.
This is one of the reasons why I think we're going to be able to get pretty far in this episode, because a lot of the quests are wandering around gathering quests, and it's not the fights. The fights are great. They can just drag out sometime when we're doing this. Isn't this cool? I absolutely love these areas. Making sure that there's... Oops. Let's grab that. Agave leaves. Okay, back to Sidra. We can always come explore later, right? In fact, we'll be back in the Tyrian Gorge several times because just as the way the quests work in Chrysalis, a lot of back and forth in the different areas.
Excellent. Those will do perfectly. We're going to use these pretty little lights to scatter the dragonflies.
Excellent.
Before we get to the dragonflies, however, we'll need to scatter the guards, defeat some digger drones so we have an opening.
Okay, so this is going to be a minimum of 2 fights, maybe? Well, maybe we could, like, yeah, at least 2 fights. Good. It would have been 3 fights had we not jumped in this particular fight. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's going to finish him off this round, so we should be okay. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. So, yes, the Myth walkthrough is we're doing it without any crowns and without inheriting any gear from other wizards on the account, because it's a fresh account done with just this particular wizard. So, just so you guys know, that is the motivation behind doing this particular walkthrough, and I've had a great time doing it. You know, usually I stop and get all the quested gear I can get, but, you know, there's been a few that we decided just weren't worth getting. Like, for instance, we didn't get the full, complete Atlantean gear because we weren't going to wear it because it just wasn't giving us the boost that we need, because critical with the changes and everything, a higher critical doesn't necessarily, you know, translate into better damage. You know, it used to be when critical was a percentage, that was a big deal, and getting the Atlantean gear I thought was a good choice. But, you know, we did the fights and everything to show off how, you know, how you can get all that and everything. And, like, when we just did the Hades gear, we decided not to go for full Hades gear because it wasn't going to give us stats that would be any comparably better than what we're already running with now. Especially since we got this great second-level Atlantean gear out of the Hades fight, because we went ahead and hung out and we fought Zeus and Zeus and Poseidon several times. So anyways, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So like when Darkmoor comes out, we'll definitely grind Darkmoor several times. Probably my biggest disappointment with the series so far has us not been being able to get Grendel's Lament, because I really, really want that spell card, but we have been like farming Lore Master for like ever. We've gotten everything. We've gotten like 2 spells out of Lore Master, just none of them are a myth spell. You know, we got a life spell and a a balance spell, but that's not really what we were shooting for. I'd like to get Grendel's Lament. And then I got the spell card, or should I say not the spell card. I got the recipe for Grendel's Lament, but it's almost impossible to get to the crafting elements at this level. Yeah. I mean, we can't even get some of the crafting elements till we get to Imperius, so that's kind of a negative on it. Oh, I wonder if she'll kill him off before I get a chance. Or him. I don't know. It could be a him. I mean, he's wearing other things, so. Very nice, very nice. Cats are jumping around the desk like crazy kitties. Silly, silly. Well, anyway, so that's kind of the goal with the whole series, so I haven't really talked about that for quite a while, so I just want to kind of let you guys in on that, and I hope you guys continue to hang out for the rest of the series as we work our way through Chrysalis, and then eventually through the 3rd arc of the game, heading to the 4th arc. Well, she wiped him out, so I didn't get anything out of that, but I did get 3 of the 5 diggers, so we can go ahead and get 2 more diggers here. Come on, boys. There we go. That's what I want. Very, very good. Oh, yes. Not a problem at all. So let's go ahead and keep this going here. And you know what? Let's go ahead and grab some Animus out of them. I should have been doing this during the whole series, is pulling up the different Animus cards and setting my deck up for it. And I just, got so focused because honestly, with different blades and with the great AoEs you get from Myth, it's not that hard to do it without Myth's main draw. When they first originally made this game, years and years and years ago when I first started playing, each of the different classes had some real good benefits and some negatives to each class. And Myth, one of the big benefits was the huge variety of different minions that they could summon. But honestly, it wasn't enough to make up for the fact that you didn't have an AoE for a long time, that your attacks usually weren't as strong as other character attacks and everything. Okay, and so basically, as Wiz developed and continued to be more, people just start playing all the wizards the same. Either running for the highest critical they could get or the highest damage boost they could get. Especially when certain worlds started coming out, like Waterworks, where you could get the Waterworks gear, or or Zeus's gear and stuff came out for level 30, or the Darkmoor even for level 100, because those pieces of gear are very OP, and once you get those pieces of gear, you can basically run your wizard, or run each type of class wizard, very strongly in a similar fashion, which is going after damage and critical, especially running it solo wise.
You drove them off. I've never seen them run so fast on their 100 legs. Dragonflies naturally follow lightning bugs to the best food sources. The Umbra Legion uses that to direct the dragonflies' flight paths. Rush up to the dragonfly stables and cut the cords on the pens. That will allow the dragonflies to fly free. To get them into the air, you're going to have to release the lightning bugs. Once they are loose, the dragonflies will follow.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah. So anyways, so each class had some strengths and weaknesses. Like obviously Life, they were a healing class, had lots of health, and could be very tanky, so a very strong support class. Death was was designed to be a tank.
You cut the cords, but the dragonflies just mill about, seemingly confused by their newfound freedom.
Okay, let's go release ooh. release the lightning bugs. Let's go do this. We have to go over this way to do that. Right up the hill. Or something, or like ice, which is a strong tank defensive style class.
As the lightning bugs rise in the warm air, there's a stir amongst the dragonflies, and soon the great beasts take to the air.
Oi! Someone let dragonflies out!
Oop, they noticed. Okay. So, yep. Or if you were like, obviously like fire, you know, they were very strong, but most of your strength was in the DOT, the damage over time spells. Versus, you know, Storm was just heavy hitter, but had low health, so, you know, they worked better if they had somebody who could tank for them.
That will cost them considerable time, rounding them all up again. And it causes the distraction we need. The skies are clear, and now I can return to the last wood and report back. I'll see you back with Sabra at Queen Myrtle Town.
Very good. Okay. So, so we have to go to the last wood. So let's go ahead and mark this location because we're going to be back. Let's go to Bastion and get the teleporter that will take us straight to the last wood. So anyways, you know, again, you know, I love, you know, love the game, but especially when they start putting out those big gear sets, the methodology to try to find the best way to play that particular class started disappearing, and it wasn't as popular, or should I say, it was really easy to play each kind different, and so then they started creating the game that way, and like especially with the last big spell audit, when they added an AOE for everybody at level 7, you know, and just recently adjusted all the blades. So, you know, the Storm gets a stronger blade, even though they really never really needed it, you know. I'm sorry. I just appreciate the original game design that they went with, but it's changed a bit since then. So most wizards you can play very similarly now.
Spellbinder, you found Sidra and brought her back safely. Thank you. In the time you've been gone, we've seen a lot of movement at Camp Havoc. Tobias Splitsky would like to speak to you about it.
Sure, secret agent man. Let's go.
Speak to Tobias Splitsky about the
yes.
movement.
Working on it.
Spellbinder, between your report and Sidra's, we have a better sense of what the Umbra Legion is planning. Unfortunately, there is still much work to be done, and not much time to do it. I'm afraid the Umbra Legion at Camp Havoc is getting ready to strike, despite the setbacks we've thrown at them. Can you brave Camp Havoc again and get a sense of how close their siege weapons are to completion? You'll probably have to question some night flames as well to take their temperature.
Very good. Let's go ahead and take down some of those night flames. Yeah, it's funny that every time you get a little bit farther in the game, a few more side quests will pop up. So I'm sure there's some that are popping up now, but we are going to go ahead and scout the siege equipment. There we go. Scouted the siege equipment. Let's scout some more siege equipment. We got to shut this stuff down so the last wood stays free. Any more to scout? Oh yeah, just a little bit more right over here.
Although you are not a master of siege warfare, you can tell these weapons are nearly complete. They could do immense damage to the last wood and the burrower villages.
Okay, so let's defeat some night flames now. I should have just jumped in that other fight. Well, that's fine. We'll go ahead and take these guys and then do another quick fight. Well, anyways, yeah. Now, do I regret the changes in the game? A little bit, because I really appreciated what they were trying to do, because they really wanted the game to be very cooperative in play. So you would make teams of up to 4 wizards, and you guys would do dungeons together, you'd quest together, and the game still works a lot like that. It's just that, you know, there's people who think there's only one way to play Wiz, and they run around there and they say, you gotta use this strategy. If you're not, you're stupid. And the truth is, there's lots of great strategies to use in Wizard. So I'm just sharing you some of the ones I've come across. But, you know, you should always play your way and enjoy the game, because that's really the whole point of it anyways, right? Find some people to play with, because I think that's one of the best, most enjoyable ways to play Wiz is to quest with others, you know? In fact, if I, you know, like, on this YouTube channel, there's an earlier walkthrough that I started a couple years ago with my daughter. She was playing a Storm Wiz, I was playing a Myth Wiz like this, and we actually did quite a few episodes questing together until I couldn't get her to play with me anymore. So that wizard's just kind of like on hiatus and vacation right now. But maybe we'll get her to play again sometime. It's a lot of fun. But that's one of the reasons why, after I took a break, I decided to go ahead and start this walkthrough, because I really wanted to take a wizard from beginning to end and make a full series of it, because I really enjoy the game. I wanted to share all the things I've been learning over the years, in my experience of playing Wizard for about 10, 12 years now. Yeah, it's a long time. Yep. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying everything and having a good time. By the way, guys, some of you, yep, here we go again, some of you aren't subscribers. Thank you so much. We just hit 470 subscribers, guys, and that's awesome. We are getting so much closer to that 500. So if you have not subscribed yet, come on, be part of the group that's going to help us hit that magic 500 number, because that's a huge opportunity for us, and it's halfway to 1,000, guys, and it's just been absolutely awesome. All of you, everyone who subscribed so far, thank you so much for the support, because some of you guys are also hitting that like button when you enjoy the videos, and all that stuff does is it really, really, really helps me out as we grow this channel and continue work through it. Especially all you guys who have been throwing comments in there. That is fantastic. All your interaction is great. I really appreciate the feedback on the next walkthrough series, which will be a little bit, because I want to get through this one first so I have time to do it. But boy, it's going to be absolutely fantastic and epic when we do the next one. And I'm pretty excited about it too. Anyway, so that kind of all goes back into what I was talking about, why I was getting my Monstrology up. Is one of the awesome things that they brought a couple years ago was the addition of Monstrology. And Monstrology is one of those things that really benefits the Myth character. And I'll be honest with you, people use Monstrology, a lot with Myth. They can do a lot of things that you couldn't do you can't just do as a solo character. And I think that's one of the coolest things about Myth is the Monstrology boost you get. The other characters, if you use Monstrology, you can summon one Monstrology minion, and that's great. But Myth, I can fill up this whole ring right here with summon monsters. Yeah. And so as I was thinking about ways to solo as much Chrysalis as we could, and without having to get help, I started thinking, gosh, I have not been taking advantage of Monstrology. I mean, I've used my minion a few times, and you do want to use your minion. For instance, Sanji's, he's going to come out of retirement before you know it. But you also want to take advantage of. But we also want to take advantage of the way we can use Monstrology, unlike any of the other character classes. And so we're gonna be trying that out.
Soon our siege weapons will rain Kirby's fire upon the last wood, burning them and your bar our friends to cinders.
Well, that guy was very pleasant, wasn't he? Okay, let's go back to Tobias Splitsky. Let him know that we've got the full plan, and I'm sure he's going to have us do something specific here. He's the boss. The boss always has a plan, right? Okay, Tobias, what's up?
Your reports confirm what my scouts had seen. Time is short. We must coordinate with the mice at Peppergrass Nook, or else the Umbra Legion will destroy us both. Instead of working on our defenses, I propose we turn the Umbra Legion's weapons against them. What do you say, Spellbinder?
Excellent.
Take this message to Elazar Fireblade in Peppergrass Nook at once. It outlines a plan to capture their weapons for ourselves.
Wow, I'll tell you what, these guys, they've got it going on. This is a full-on resistance. The good thing they have me around to, do the dirty work, right? Yeah, for sure, for sure. Now, guys, another thing that would be pretty awesome, if you really wanted to support the channel, you could always join my Patreon for $3 a month. You are helping me continue to run this channel and have the extra time to do it, and that's really awesome if that's something that you feel like you can do. My Patreons, you guys are absolutely awesome, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. I do appreciate it so much. Okay, Elazar.
Spellbinder, it is good to see you again. You bring a message from Tobias Splitsky. Let's see it.
Well, he sounds more hopeful.
What Tobias proposes is intriguing. However, the Umbra Legion has been stepping up their patrols in the burn. That honeycomb wall is a terrible obstacle, but Tobias has suggested a way we might bring it down. While I work out the details, can we implore you to drive back a patrol of Blue Razors and Flame Legs to give us time?
why not? Defeat some blue razors and flame legs. Wow. We are definitely doing really, really well. So let's go ahead and knock these 2 mobs out, and let's see if we can hit that goal of 10 quests today, because we're super, super close, guys. Oh, definitely super close. Okay, blue razors. Let's take these guys down. Oh my goodness. Now, I'll tell you what, if you are doing Monstrology, the mobs here in Azteca are really excellent mobs to farm. They just added, I think they added insects recently, or not too far in the past. And the nice thing about farming the insects for Monstrology is that these guys, especially the hornets and the bees, because we got a whole bunch of the royal hornets, and now we're going to get a few of these guys, is that they have high health, they have good support abilities. They'll do shields, they'll do big attacks, you know, so bringing them up in one of these fights, especially some of the boss fights where they do quite a bit of AoE attacks for you and can do some big damage, you got to have some minions that can hold on for a few rounds for them to be useful. And so that is an excellent thing. Now, guys, something else I was doing the other day that I would love to invite you guys to do is I was doing some streaming. Absolutely. I stream on twitch.tv, but I'm actually thinking about starting to extend my streams to other platforms and stuff. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Should I multicast my streams? I've been thinking about redoing my streaming. I'll still stream on Twitch, you know, but I was also thinking about multicasting, so it would stream as on YouTube as well as live stream on Facebook too. So if any of that stuff sounds interesting, let me know about it, because I'm looking to do some different things on the channel over the next several months and try some different stuff, and I'm trying to figure out what's going to be the best strategy. So if you ever watch live streaming, guys, right now, come visit me on twitch.tv. I stream 4 times a week, Wizard101 a couple times, Pyro101 at least once, some Minecraft a couple times on my Let's Play World. I would love to have you guys hanging out, and it's a great way to get to know you guys better. So thank you very much if you have come out and visited, and if you haven't, hopefully we'll see you there. Okay, let's finish these guys off, and then we'll have one more fight, and we'll get this done. I really, really do want to get to, like, you know, quest number 66. Remember, guys, we started on quest 55 today, and we are, well, actually, we're in 65 right now, but I want to finish off 65 to show that we finished it off. There we go. See how easy it is to get Animus if you just start doing it? We need one more blue razor. Yep. So, a real good deck to run is, you know, quite simply what I'm running right now, which is basically 3 blades, an Orthrus. You can't boost Orthrus with an epic because you're having to use the Monstrology on it. So that's one thing you got to realize, is you can't use any of the charm spells to boost your spell attacks. So that usually means you got to keep an extra blade in the deck depending on how powerful of a monster that you are farming. So that's something to consider as well. Okay. Very nice. Okay, let's... Yeah, they got first hit. That always drags things out. Okay. But, you know, usually these guys in the 3,000 range, you know, 2 blades is enough to knock them out. You generally only have to do 3 blades. Now, the Royal Guard that I was dealing with earlier over in the apiary, those guys, yeah, you do have to run 3 blades with them, but they'll also, like, throw some weakness on you, and sometimes they'll go ahead and tower shield you too. So, you know, you got to be able to, well, not tower shield, but, you know, the myth shields, you know, the balanced myth shields. So having an extra blade, and plus they've got like 4,600 health. Those are like some of the most health strong mobs that you find in this particular world, you know, early on. But yeah, that's pretty high. Most of the mobs, they tend to be in the 2,000 to 3,000 range. Some of them in the 3, but those Royal Guard, those are pretty high up there. That's one of the reasons why I farmed a whole bunch of them, because I figured if I had a whole bunch of them, you know, then I think they would be able to last a little while. They could provide support, and they also do some pretty good hits too. So, yep. And there we go. Flame legs is what we need right now. So let's go ahead.
Spellbinder.
You may have won this round, but soon all you burrow lovers will suffer the sting of the Shadow Queen.
Okay, lovely guys, lovely guys. Let's defeat some more flame legs. Oh, you know what? I would get into the fight, but it looks like he's about to finish it, and I would hate to do that to him. It looks like there's quite a few of the wrong mobs. Dang it, I got 2 blood hornets. Not the ones I was looking for. These are not the mobs you are looking for. Nope, not the ones I was looking for. That's fine. We'll be able to knock them out. Okay, very, very good, guys. What epic. Now, the big reason we were able to get so far ahead is there weren't any boss fights this time around. Boss fights always take a little bit longer no matter how well you plan them, you know. And I'll be honest with you, we're going to, you know, the next series of quests are going to slow us quite a bit down. So we might only do 5 quests next episode because looking ahead, you know, we got several boss fights coming up, lots of mob fights coming up. Tyrian Gorge, we're about to head back to Tyrian Gorge here in a few quests, and it's going to be quite hairy. Yeah, Tyrian Gorge gets pretty intense, you know, as we move up to the big boss fight. You know, that one we were talking about last episode, Craven the Hunter. We're going to be coming up with him probably within about 2 to 3 episodes. And he's a major cheating boss with a pretty aggressive cheat that we're going to have to find a way around. Thanks to Shadow number 18 in the comments for your insight and everything, you know. We might try his strategy. I mean, we might try running with some monstrology minions and stuff. There's lots of different ways you can approach different fights, but we'll see where we get to when we get there. We still got a few fights to make those decisions as well when we get into that fight. All I remember is that it was really hard to get past that guy when I had in with my Storm Wizard. Yeah, I could not solo him Storm. Partially because the big Storm weakness is that, you know, I had like a quarter less health in my Storm Wizard than I do right now with my current wizard right here. So he had a tougher road to go, and so he was losing. Well, he was getting beat up so quick he could not get his strikes done fast enough to take down Cravenly. Hopefully we won't have that problem with our myth guy, but obviously, you know, it's going to be a different types of challenge. Come on, we want the flame leg. Come on, give me the flame leg. Dang it! Blood hornets again. Are you kidding me? Sometimes things just do not work the way you plan them. No? Yep. This is what I was talking about when they've got a mix of 2 mobs going in. Sometimes you get stunk with the stinkers, you know? Because I didn't think I want blood hornets at all, but now we've had 2 fights of them. Yo, okay. Yep. And that goat spell just takes forever. Hey guys, if you made it this far, I would love for you to put in the comments the one spell that you think that you roll your eyes every time you see a mob cast it. You know, like usually for me it used to be Raw. I kind of still roll my eyes when Raw gets cast, but it used to be before they adjusted the animation so that the AoEs go by a lot quicker. Raw would drive me crazy because he was so slow at lifting that staff and hitting each and every one of those mobs one at a time. He's not so bad now. I mean, he's a little slow lifting the mass right away, but, you know, he goes pretty fast. But there are some spells, though, that feel like they take forever for the setup, and it just seems like, oh my goodness, I have to sit through this again. And I'll be honest with you, the Goat Monk is probably the one that wears me out the most nowadays. It's the Goat Monk. It just feels like it takes forever for him to do his jumps and finally do his hit before he finally hits me, you know. Or, well, since I don't have a life, I really don't use them all that much. But yeah, the Goat Monk is one of the ones that bothers me the most. Tell me in the comments, guys, which spell wears you out the most, because I know you got it. There's a spell that pops up and you think, oh my goodness, I have to sit through this spell again. You know, just because it might be a long spell. And again, King's Isle has done a great job of adjusting it so it's not as bad as it used to be. Not as bad at all as it used to be with some of the spells, but it still happens. These are the boys I want. And did I get them? Yes! 2 flame legs. Fantastic. I was hoping for that. Okay, let's go ahead and let's get 2 blades up and crush these guys. Ah, clear critical thing, yep. Getting some jewels. Yeah, that's one nice thing about Chrysalis, is there's a lot of good jewels in the fights, and I've been stocking them up. I'm going to have to go ahead and, you know, eventually go back to the house. Hey, check it out. Look who is joining us. I think I saw her earlier when I was doing some farming earlier. Well, no worries at all. She's actually going to save me some time because she just drew in another flame leg so we can knock this out in one fight. Let's say thank you. Thank you, Autumn. She has just saved us some time. We're going to be able to finish this fight quicker. Yep. So, very, very good. I like to be appreciative of people because sometimes they know, you know, sometimes they don't want to add to the fight. I don't like being drawn into somebody's fight if I can avoid it. But she has definitely saved us some time here on this episode. Yeah, I like that. Laugh out loud. I love that outfit. I'd like to get that stitch for one of my wizards. I mean, not necessarily the green one because you get them in different colors. I think that'd be a great one. Maybe get one for Myth. You know, I just haven't gotten one of those. Now, my Storm character on my other account, he has actually a couple of those, believe it or not. Those angel outfits. I really do like them. I think they're pretty cool. You know, I don't know. I don't know if it's the right look I'm getting for this myth. In fact, I just. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. That's my other wizard. I'm getting ready to find a pretty cool staff for this wizard, but it's not going to be until second part of Chrysalis. You are a gem. Very good.
Spellbinder, you are now, but soon Shadow Queen burn trees to ground, dig you out, then swallow you whole.
We're going to take a picture of this just because it looks cool. Okay. Well, guys, unfortunately, that is all the time we have. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. We have gone 10 quests, guys, so we made up some ground. Sorry the video took a little bit longer than I expected. Didn't expect to have to fight the extra fights. But anyways, this is Kieran Trollcaller. Hopefully we'll see you on the next episode of the Myth Walkthrough. Catch you later, guys. Bye-bye.